Florida State is looking to replace 3 starters at linebacker.
The Seminoles did get some clarity at the position during spring practice, as several linebackers emerged as potential starters. Still, questions persist at the position entering the offseason.
Noles 247 continues its post-spring position inventory by looking at what we know and what we don't know about FSU's linebackers.
Searching for clarity along the offensive line.
The unit has instability, although it finally appears to be moving in a decisive direction, which is positive. Dontavius Jackson likely solidified himself as a starter this spring and the other positions are more up in the air, but FSU has better depth than we originally anticipated. Players are making substantial strides already under the new staff, and that's ultimately encouraging given how stagnant FSU's linebackers were under the previous regime.
1. Does Jackson build on positive momentum?
Jackson's commitment to reshaping his body paid off during the spring as he emerged as a consistent presence at linebacker. The Texas native flashed potential as a downhill run stopper in his 2 previous seasons, but he took steps toward becoming a more complete and consistent linebacker during the spring.
It looks like Jackson is beginning to realize his upside and is completely dedicating himself to his craft. If he keeps this up in the off-season, Jackson could be in for a productive junior campaign. If Jackson separated himself as FSU's top inside linebacker, who is number 2? The skills at middle linebacker and strong side linebacker are fairly interchangeable, according to Willie Taggart. So we could see 3 players, Adonis Thomas, Josh Brown and Leonard Warner, vie for the starting strong side linebacker job this preseason. All 3 offer various strengths to build around, although it's not yet clear if any of the 3 distinguished themselves from the others this spring. 3. What are FSU's long-term plans at star? DeCollon Brooks stood out throughout winter conditioning drills and spring practice, capping off the spring with 7 tackles, 1 TFL, and 1 sack in the spring game.
He lacks ideal size, but makes up for it with his quickness, comfort playing in space, and overall physicality. These are skills FSU seemingly covets in its star position, and Brooks has made a strong case to vie for a starting job.
2 other players to focus on at the position are freshmen Amari Gaynor and Jaden Woodby. Gaynor's range is A+ at the position. Woodby is primarily a safety, although he thrived at star during FSU's spring game and could be an intriguing option to use against teams that frequently utilize spread formations.
Don't count out Emmett Rice, who was recovering from a knee injury this spring, either. He has some starting experience and fits the mold as a long, quick linebacker capable of playing in space.
It will be interesting to see what FSU does here, because there are several viable options.
There are certainly some positives from the spring to build on, such as Jackson's development or Brooks's emergence as a viable starter. Still, FSU loses 3 starters. The previous group never reached its full potential and there's the likelihood that this wave of linebackers does better under a different staff, but the current group still lacks significant in-game experience. Growing pains are expected, although there's upside here as well.